Dialogue is a powerful tool. Not only is your dialogue the words that your audience will hear, it's how you define who your characters are and tell your story. Good dialogue can do a lot. The language characters use can instantly identify them as a particular demographic. Look at this example. Yous don't know shit all about nothing. You're saying a lot about this character in just 7 words. Are they more likely to be working class or a business professional, 20s or 70s? You can't know everything for certain, but you can make a lot of assumptions. And again, that's just 7 words. Dialogue needs to match the demographic of your character. A child won't use multisyllabic words like multisyllabic, and a grandmother probably won't say, "Yeah, nah, he's a total douche, but that's freaking sick, eh?" You might need to research the language used by a particular demographic. Writing young people in particular is quite challenging, and I've seen many a playwright embarrass themselves by getting the vernacular just completely wrong. Your dialogue should also be natural. People don't say, "It is true, you are a hard-working individual." What might they say? Something simpler like, "Yeah, you work hard." Uncontracted verbs aren't very common in speech. We'd say, "I'm," not "I am," or "How's it going?" not "How is it going?" etc. Your dialogue is written to be spoken, not read, and there are differences between those two. Verbal language is the most casual, so make sure it sounds like a real person and not a fact sheet. Simpler sentences, contracted verbs, yeah instead of yes, that kind of thing. Of course, every demographic speaks differently, so it's not that you will never use more formal language, but it's just less common than you might assume. Now, here's a tip. Read your dialogue out loud and see how it sounds coming out of your own mouth. You might discover something reads well on the page, but it's really hard to enunciate. We often say things in the simplest way possible, so ask yourself if your dialogue is too wordy or unnatural for real speech. Just because your dialogue should sound like a real person talking doesn't mean your dialogue should be exactly the same as a real conversation. Real conversations can often be repetitive, long-winded, boring. Especially in a 10-minute play, you do not have much time to play with, so you want your dialogue to be as purposeful as possible. Good dialogue is interesting. It should further the storyline, deliver the humour, or develop the characters. No one wants to watch an actor have a 5-minute conversation about their breakfast. Keep things succinct so you can fit more in and avoid repetition which serves no purpose.